Hi, this is BZ Rieger with the Quantum Playground, and I'm doing a quantum toolbox of multidimensional realization in real life, so the tangible. And we played with this in a longer CCC conversation, Sheila, Lisa, and myself. It's such a handy tool, and it's so relevant right now, and it's coming forth that it really is helpful, bears playing with a lot, all over the place. So what is it? It's the combination of taking who you are, or perhaps who you think you are right now, physical being, a human on the planet. You know, you do linear things, you have a certain way that you perceive things and look at systems or structures, the way you think that things are or were, how things are doing. So kind of all of the way that you, before maybe paying more attention, noticing more, feeling and moving in with the changes going on within you and all around. And then you blend that with the truth of who you are, which is that you're a multidimensional creator being. And your linear human mind is transitioning into your higher mind, it's a combination of back to the organic human, the original template, and then forward to the new unfolding of what you are becoming in that triad that's being birthed. And so what that is applying, noticing, engaging with, building the muscles of using your multidimensional mind, your multidimensional perspectives, your multidimensional capabilities in everything, looking at everything, encountering everything, the way that you might just ponder something, the way that you might look for or use a solution, the way you might rectify things or create new things. And you're bringing the totality of you consciously into action with all of the different things that you're doing at work, at home, at rest, at play, all of it. And this gets into, the new earth. Okay, what's that? Oh, we're here now. Okay, I'm starting to get the hang of that. Building all the new systems and structures. It's not fixing, or the thought of fixing what was there, because what was there has been working brilliantly, just the way it was supposed to, just the way it was actually designed. We're just seeing the truth of it now. So in every time that you have something that you want to think about, how do we build this new system? What do we do about money? Or what do we do about, someone asked me the other day, when all these things come to fruition with what's going on with the Tennessee case with Heather and Randy and all of us, because it's a case for all of us, all of humanity. Actually, it's beyond that, but, and the question was, and the TDAs are accessible, and shouldn't we limit somehow that some people get it and some people don't? And so that's a whole other conversation. But I'm using that as one example, and the propensity is to reach back into the old, sorting and sifting ways of how to do something around money, around banking, around exchange. That's just one example. There's a myriad of them. And this tool, in this quantum toolbox, is to step into that, to notice that, to play with that, to engage with that, to create with that from multidimensional realization. So you are realizing, you are bringing that into your real, tangible, touchable state from a multidimensional perspective. The reason that's so incredibly powerful, and yes, may take a little bit depending on where you are and the energies that you're living in, residing in, holding as your predominant frequency. But the reason that's so powerful is that holding that multidimensional realization and wielding it as this really powerful, handy tool, you realize that a lot of those questions that came up from when you were reaching back into something just aren't there. The perspective is broader and wider and deeper, and so you see that those really aren't an issue. You understand in a way and a way of being and feeling that there's different ways to approach it, and that the deeply ingrained predilection that there is the good and the evil and left unchecked or uncontrolled or somehow slotted or apportioned or there's a lot of words for it. People will run amok and they'll be running roughshod and all this kind of stuff. Well, hey, have you looked around? That's that's what was happening. But the supposed people who were running amok weren't actually running amok. It was the ones who were, making all the rules and all that kind of stuff. Who were in deep muck and running full throttle with it. So I guess this is going to be kind of a couple-part toolbox on this, because first it's the realization of it, first it's the encountering of it, first it's just using the tool, in baby steps, so that as you look at everything, so for the next 5 days, as you look at everything, as you encounter everything, as you communicate in all different ways with all different beings, whatever it is that you're doing, however you're flowing in your life, consciously pull in your multidimensional realization tool. So look at something, be with something, encounter something, connect with something, talk, work, play, whatever it is, but allow your senses, allow yourself to view it, to encounter it, to take action from your full multidimensional self. And yes, you can do that even if you're just learning that that's the case, even that if you don't understand it all, because your being, your physical vessel is coming online and knows how to do that. And when you have the, to separate it out, it's not accurate, but to separate it out when the little you, the you in the shirt, as I say, consciously gives the directive to have that holding, to bring that multidimensional realization tool on board, and to be able to see and encounter everything from that full perspective, you will begin to notice more. It's like someone turned not only up the volume a bit, but cleaned up the audio, cleaned up the quality, let it so that you could hear not only every word, but every frequency, every nuance in what is being said, if we're talking about someone speaking. So play with that for 5 days, and you will see lots of different things unfold. And then when you go to play with a problem, or wanting to create a solution, or creating different outcomes, then again, it's kind of like going to be a couple-step process till you get used to it. Intentionally look at that, be with that, connect with that, whatever that is, the solution you're wanting to find, the inspiration to create something in a new way, or co-create with others. Small little things, big things, and consciously call that in so that you're working it from your multidimensional realization tool. And you will see that new perspectives, new thoughts on that, new ideas, new light bulbs will go on. And they'll get more of them, bigger light bulbs, and several steps down, in that process to how to rework those things. And you're the genesis of that, and it builds and builds and builds upon itself. And that's how we change everything. That's how we bring, everything that we've been working on, all of us have been working on in the ethers. That's how we bring it into touchable, tangible, workable, constructible, buildable, and all the components of the new earth. Time is now, right now. We're not waiting, it's not coming, it's here. And with the full moon phase that we're in as I record this on March 20th, and the spring equinox and the huge shifts, change in brilliance, light, all of that, we're beyond in the throes of it. We're full on, and things are changing rapidly. And if you want ease and flow and the good stuff and that expansion and the magical things, this is a very important tool that you have the control of to wield and let that unfold. So just like behind me, all those diamonds sparkling on the water, we are all those brilliant diamonds, that awareness, that diamond light code's coming in. And we're putting this into practice right here, right now, on Gaia. So go for it. Get out your multidimensional realization tool, and the galaxies, the multiverses are the limit. And that's only for a nanosecond till you create more. Have fun with it. I love you.